Being an MSP is not about selling on tech or talking about tools. It's about understanding your customers, being a partner, being an expert, and showing them the difference. Your job is to help them increase their revenue and grow their business. And that's something that a lot of MSPs don't think about. We're going to show you how. You can use a CSRA to close more deals simply by using that as your differentiator. Most MSPs out there have a tech background. You're probably no different, to be honest. And what happens is we get stuck in the hole of talking too much about tech that your customers really just don't care about. What they really need to understand, the things that are going to separate you, are having things that the information that's provided in a CSRA. That information is stuff that nobody at this point is talking to them about. So it doesn't matter when you go in and you present information that is new to them, that they're not used to seeing. It's stuff that shows that you're the expert in that scenario. You're talking about things that nobody else has said, and people are going to gravitate towards that. You're taking away the value, or you're changing it and talking about value as opposed to just talking about price. By giving them that information, giving them something that allows them to make an actual business decision as opposed to just choosing whoever's the lowest price on the menu, is definitely going to set you apart, because now they know that you're a partner who's an expert in helping them manage that cyber risk and doing what needs to be done to protect their business down the road. So when we talk about a CSRA, some of the main technical components of the CSRA are going to be things like scanning their infrastructure for vulnerabilities, looking for critical vulnerabilities that exist that they need to be aware of and do something about. We are going to be scanning for personal identifiable information, those social security numbers, credit card numbers, bank account numbers that most of our customers and prospects don't think that they have on their network, but we all know that they do. We are looking for things like passwords. We are scanning the dark web to find breaches that they've already been a part of that they're probably not even aware of. We're typically doing phishing campaigns to send fake phishing emails to their staff to see who's opening and clicking on things. All we're trying to do is show them what currently exists in their environment and what risks they have, which a lot of times revolves back around their people. So that, sometimes those phishing assessments, the dark web, the information that's out there showing that their users are using the same passwords over and over and over again, these are all things that they take for granted and are not aware of and don't know about. So we're able to take that information, put that together. That's kind of the bare minimum of what you want to grab in a CSRA. The more information that you can put together, the better. It's just like a crime scene. The more evidence you have, the better picture that detective's going to have in order to try and figure out what that crime looked like. So once you have all of the information from the CSRA, you're going to kind of take it, you're going to put on your hacker hat, and you're going to look at the information and figure out, if you were the hacker, what would be the ways that you would attack this particular customer? And then you're going to use those stories. The technical aspects of things aren't going to really move the needle much with your customers. And this is the trap that a lot of MSPs fall in when they start talking too much about tech and things like that. We're going to take that information that we found and put together a story about how, if you were a hacker, you would attack them. And in a lot of cases, when you take those little tidbits and things that you found during the CSRA, most of the prospects that you're dealing with are very, very close and susceptible to being hacked. And that's what we really need to get them to understand. One, the situation out there is different than what they expect. They think because they're a small business, they're not going to be impacted by this because they're not much of a target. They don't understand that the hackers are doing more of a net phishing style attack. They don't even know who you are until they get into your environment and look around and see what's going on. That's the same stuff we did with the CSRA. Now we take that, we tell that story and show them, in some cases, they're literally 30 seconds away from being hacked. It's going to take one person to stumble across some information on the dark web, hit some buttons, and boom, now all of a sudden they're a target. So now that your customer has an understanding of what the risk really looks like, you've lit that risk light bulb, as we call it. Now you've got the advantage of being able to talk to them about the decisions that they need to make, and the price is not at the forefront of their minds. They're thinking about the ways that they want to protect their business and manage that risk. It's not about the price that they're paying you today. It's about the money that they're protecting long-term for their business. And that's something that just changes all aspects of the deal and makes it easier for you to close that situation. So I want to tell you a little bit about an example of how this worked in practical nature with a customer that I had when I had my MSP. So we got called in for a lead on a customer, met with them, had some conversations, kind of got an idea of what their pain points are. And because we do CSRAs for all of our customers and all of our prospects, that's where we led with. So we ran the information, we gathered the data, we had a lot of conversations with them, and frankly, had a lot of feedback from them about the questions that we were asking were things that nobody else that they were evaluating were talking to them about. So we performed the CSRA. We ended up going up against one other MSP primarily, who was a much larger organization than what we had. And because of the way that we approach things by doing the CSRA, by talking about risk as opposed to just regular IT tools and support and fixing printers and speeding up computers, that was the differentiator. So we ended up closing that deal at 3 times the cost of our closest competitor that they were evaluating, who again was a much larger MSP. So it makes all the difference in the world by going in and attacking things the right way, telling them the things that they need to know. Because once you've set yourself aside as the expert, set yourself apart as the expert in that scenario, you can go up against any MSP out there, and that's going to help you close those deals. If you want to use what we've just talked about for the CSRA and how you can use that to close more deals, join us on our next presentation and click the link below. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure that you comment, like, and subscribe. See you soon.